The wireless vehicle detection system is a system developed to detect changes in the magnetic field. The system consists of a receiver control card TC and transmitter sensors TS1P, TS2P, and KS. By processing the information received from the sensors, vehicle detection is performed, enabling the control of the desired device. TS1P and TS2P and KS sensors use the same electronic cards. TS1P and TS2P are mounted on the ground, while the KS is embedded in a small hole in the ground. TS1P operates with a single battery, providing an approximately battery life of 4 to 5 years, with an average of 1,000 vehicle passages per day. TS2P operates with two batteries, offering a battery life between 8 and 10 years under similar conditions. The KS model operates with a single battery only. Battery status can be detected at any time from the LED display on the control card. In addition, the system also warns the user when the battery is low. The ideal usage temperatures of the products are between -25 and +55 degrees Celsius. Sensors are durable products suitable for outdoor use and tested against dust, water, and pressure. TC receiver. TC receiver operates with 12 24 volt DC. There is an LCD screen on the control card that allows you to see various information and perform operations. The receiver gives NO and C contact output from its 4 relays according to the data it receives from the sensor. The receiver operates wirelessly and in a transceiver RxTX structure over 433 MHz radio frequency. In open areas, the receiver and sensor can communicate up to 35 meters. TS1P, TS2P, and KS transmitter sensors. The transmitter sensor works with a 3.6 volt battery. The transmitter sensor, like the receiver, works wirelessly over 433 MHz radio frequency and in a transceiver RxTX structure. There is a button on the transmitter sensor board to provide various controls and an LED to see various notifications. The detection distance of the sensor varies depending on the density of the metal object come on it and the magnetic field change it will create. The recommended way of use is for the vehicle to pass over the sensor.
Serial and parallel modes. The wireless vehicle detection system can be used in serial and parallel modes. In serial mode, while there is one sensor to open and one to close on the way, in parallel mode, just one sensor is used for each way and different sensors are not used for opening and closing. In figure 1, the installation of the system on one way in parallel mode is shown. When the vehicle passes over the sensor, it changes the magnetic field. The sensor, detecting the magnetic field change, communicates with the receiver and the barrier opens. The barrier closes after a certain period of time or immediately after the vehicle leaves over the sensor. This time period can be readjusted via the receiver. Figure 3 shows the system's operation with the maximum number of sensors and in parallel mode via a single receiver. A total of 4 ways can be controlled from a single receiver. When each sensor detects a vehicle, it communicates with the receiver and opens the relevant barrier. The barrier closes at the end of the desired time or immediately. Or, for example, if 2 barriers at the entrance of a car park are to be controlled from both the exit and the entrance sides, 4 sensors can be used by registering them on the relevant ways. Figure 4 shows the serial mode use of the wireless vehicle detection system on a single way. When the vehicle is detected by the first sensor, the barrier will open and the relay will remain constantly triggered. After the vehicle is detected by the second sensor on the way, the system will stop pulling the relay at the end of the desired time or immediately, and the barrier will close. Figure 5 shows the system's operation with the maximum number of sensors and in serial mode via a single receiver. A total of 4 ways can be controlled via a single receiver. On each of the ways, open and close commands are sent separately by 2 sensors. Thus, a total of 8 sensors, 2 on each way, can be registered to 1 receiver. When vehicles are detected by the first sensor on the road, the barrier will open, and when the vehicle is detected by the exit sensor, the barrier will close after the desired time or immediately.
Magnetic field test mode. After powering up the receiver, select the language and continue with the menus. Entering the menu is done by pressing and holding the Enter key. With the magnetic field test mode, it is determined whether the wireless vehicle detection system is suitable for the relevant region, and if so, the most suitable area to place the sensor. The magnetic field information of the area where the system is desired to be installed is determined on the receiver card with the help of data from the sensor. After coming to this menu, press the button on the sensor card for 2 seconds. The data sent by the sensor in microtesla can be viewed on the screen and on the receiver card. The system works best between 20 and 60 microteslas. Although the system works outside these ranges, it would be more appropriate to mount the sensor in a place that provides these value ranges. Sensor registration. From this menu, whichever way you want to register the sensor on must first be selected. Each of the ways controls one relay. Way 1 is connected to relay 1, way 2 is connected to relay 2, and so on. For parallel mode, that is, if only one sensor will be used for one way, for way 1, when we come to first sensor AC and press the enter button, the receiver's buzzer starts to sound. Sensor registration, way 1. Once we press and release the button of the sensor we want to teach, the sensor will be registered. To use a second sensor in a parallel mode, it is necessary to go to way 2 from the registration menu and register it at third sensor AC. In parallel usage, a maximum of 4 sensors can be registered. Sensor 1 for way 1, sensor 3 for way 2, sensor 5 for way 3, and sensor 7 for way 4. For serial mode, that is, if you want to use 2 sensors on a way and have the first sensor turn on and the second sensor turn off the system, the following steps should be followed. For way 2, when we come to third sensor AC and press the enter button, the receiver's buzzer starts to sound. Way 2, third sensor. Once we press and release the button of the sensor we want to teach, the sensor will be registered. Then we need to save the sensor that will turn off the system to fourth sensor in way 2. Way 2, fourth sensor. Please note that parallel and serial modes can be used together on the same receiver, but for different ways, like in our example. Sensor calibration. Sensors may need to redetect and calibrate the magnetism in the field for various reasons. When you go to sensor calibration mode, you can select which sensor will be calibrated. With the help of calibration, a triggered sensor will detect the magnetic field again and continue to normal operation. Calibration process takes up to 5 minutes. Sensibility. The system comes to you with high sensitivity detection. If necessary, you can adjust the sensitivity for each sensor separately from this menu, as high, medium, and low, depending on your intended use. This one is first sensor. After adjusting the sensitivity setting to the desired level, press the enter button. For example, let's do low. The word metal mass closer sensor will appear on the screen. When you show a metal object to the sensor will perform the sensitivity adjustment process and the text successful will appear on the screen. Sensor information. From this menu, you can see sensor information, sensitivity level, battery status, and operating mode information. When you bring a metal object near to the sensor whose information you want to see, the information will be seen on the screen. Sensibility high, battery level very good, working mode parallel, sensibility high. Relay out. From this menu, it is determined whether the system will operate in pulse mode or toggle mode. This mode selection is for use in parallel mode only. Pulse mode is a mode that operates the system for a specified period of time when the sensor detects the vehicle. Even if there is a vehicle on the transmitter sensor, the system turns passive after the specified time. This menu determines how many seconds the system will remain on after it first detects the vehicle. These durations can be determined as 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and 10 seconds. In toggle mode, the system remains on as long as the vehicle is standing over the sensor. After the vehicle leaves the sensor, the system remains active for a specified period of time and then returns the passive status. From this menu, you can adjust the time it takes for the system to return to passive status after the vehicle passes over the sensor and is not detected by the system. The products are sent to you in this mode with a time set to 1 second. You can decide 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, or 10 seconds. Pulse or toggle mode selections affect each path running in parallel mode and cannot be adjusted individually. Counter. From this menu, it can be determined how many vehicles have passed on each way. Counter. And we choose the way 1 or way 2, and we can see how many vehicles have passed. Sensor delete. By selecting the relevant way from this menu, the sensor or sensors on the way can be deleted. For example, way 1. After the sensor is deleted from the receiver, if you go back to the main menu and bring a metal object close to the sensor learns that it has been deleted and returns to its passive state. Now the sensor is also passive. If you want to teach the deleted sensor again to the receiver, you need to go to sensor registration menu again. But this time we will not use the button on the sensor card. This time we need to show a metal object to register the sensor. For more detailed information, you can access the user manuals of the products on our website or just contact us. Thank you.